Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Matt from Night and Day Performance, and behind me, as you can see, is a beautiful 69 Chevelle that we've been working on. We already have previous videos on. I'm going to go over a little bit of an overview on the car, what it came here for, because I know the other guys that worked on it don't normally record that much. They're still getting used to everything, so they probably missed a few things. But this 69 Chevelle is owned by one of our customers, Will, a very regular customer of ours, and the car actually used to belong to his father. So as you'll see on the tail, on the wing, it does say in memory of Robert Folks. Today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the engine ripped out of this car because we've already finished the wiring harness. I'll show you a little bit of what we have already. Everything's ready to go as far as the wiring harness. We just need to get the new engine built for it because the one that's in it, I think we have a problem with it. We're going to tear it down. We're going to see what's going on with it. But for right now, we need to go ahead and start getting this tore down. First things first, I need to get it on the lift so that I can get to the bottom side. I need to loosen the torque converter bolts, take those out. I need to go ahead and loosen trans bolts, as many as I can get to on the bottom, just to make it easier to pull out the top. But before I do any of that, I have to take the front clip off and also take the other extension on the header off. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna walk you around the car, kind of give you a brief description on why we're here and what we're gonna do. All right, it's a little warm. So it looks a little messy now because of course we got everything tore off. The intake's already tore off. The Pro Charger's already off. We already sent that to Pro Charger and they already rebuilt it, powder coated it for us. We do have a few things in the front as far as accessories that are not there. But as you can see here, here is our harness that we built here in-house. Joseph is the guy who does our wiring harnesses for us. As you can see, we have all of our sensors here. They're all wired up nice and neatly. This will look super clean once it's inside the car. So here we have all of our sensors that are all terminated to the correct length for everything we need, IAT sensors, map sensors, etc. So those are all nice and loomed there. Over here, the wire that we have going from the alternator has been upgraded now. So we have some thick, nice wiring here. Instead of before, I think it was like 20 gauge before. So now we have some good battery cable running all the way back to the firewall. So we don't have any issues with voltage. That was a big issue before. But here we have our sensor running up to our shock travel sensor, which is here, which I'll be finishing mounting later. And then inside we also have done some changes to it. So I'll walk around. So the door's off right now. So we ripped all the wiring out of here. We remounted his Pro Dash. Our switches are up there. And we have everything run here that we needed to have run for all of our buttons and controls that Will wanted. So we have all that done. A few spare parts. But in memory of Robert Folks, I didn't know him, but may his memory live on through this car. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fix that. So basically the car came to us. How did this 69 Chevelle end up at Night and Day Performance? First of all, everybody knows me as the Hemi guy. Everybody knows I build Hemis. I've built them for years. What a lot of people don't know is I also build LSs. Mostly because I don't advertise for it. Why? The market is swarmed with guys building LSs. I'm not trying to be funny, but that market has every single person who's lost their job, every single person who couldn't figure out a different way. They all go to the junkyard, they start tearing apart LSs and they start throwing them together, and they'll do it for 500, 600 bucks to rebuild a motor. That's not what I'm doing. I'll never do that. I'm sorry. My price is my price. A lot of the Chevy guys are a lot cheaper, which is why the clients that we get from the LS based side are usually the race applications. The guys that actually don't mind spending the money to get a good quality build. I don't half-ass. I don't cut corners. I don't do any of that when I'm doing these builds. I don't rush them. So if you expect this to come in and out in a weekend, it's not gonna happen. It's not my shop that's gonna do that. You can go find the guy on Marketplace that wants to build your engine for you for $1,000. Go have fun with that guy. It's not gonna be me. So the car came to us originally after we finished the Trackhawk for Will. This car was at another shop getting wired. Not gonna say their name right now. It might pop up later on in the videos, depending on if they decide to help Will out and kind of justify what they did. They charged him a bunch of money for wiring and they did not do a good job. As I showed in the pictures earlier, I'll post them up on the video again. Wiring was a mess, and they charged this man a lot of money, thousands of dollars to do this, and that was a Holley harness. His simple request was, drop off my Holley harness. Here's the harness that came out of my truck. I need you to upgrade wires where needed, make sure everything's safe, make sure everything is right. If we need to buy anything, let me know. Will has never been a person that's like, oh, I want the cheapest thing possible. He wants his stuff nice and done right. So he told them, shorten up the harness, make it look nice, upgrade where needed. And they said it'd take about 3 weeks. 3-4 months later, they didn't have it done. He got upset, told them, hey, we need to finish this. They threw a bunch of guys on the car all at once and threw the harness in, rolled it up behind the dash, and some stuff wasn't even working right. Some of the wires that needed to be upgraded for the methanol aren't upgraded, that are running the billet atomizers that are in it. I mean, I just don't understand why people cut corners like that just to get a customer out of their hair. I'd rather a customer be mad at me and me take a long time than for a customer to get their car back and just be like, man, I spent time, I trusted you, now you have to redo this all over again. Just do it right. It's not that hard. Anyways, enough of my yapping. So on this side here is where the header exit is, right there. I cannot get the lift on with that on. So what you're gonna see me do is I'm gonna take this front clip off. We already have all of everything loose. It's just kind of sitting here because we've been working on it. We're gonna slide that header off down there, well, the collector. Pull this front clip off, which normally takes 2 people, but it's not heavy, it's just awkward. I'm gonna pull it off. I'll probably take the door off just so that it's off and out of the way, and we're gonna go ahead and get started tearing this engine down. So let's get into that, and I'll come back in with you guys in a few, and we'll chat more about this car. All right, so we got the car up in the air. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go underneath and we're gonna start taking the transmission loose. So I'm gonna take the bolts out of the torque converter right here. So there should be 4 on this one. Looks like 1, 2, 3 or 4. And then we're gonna take the bell housing bolts off around there and get ready. Ready to get this thing on out of here. All right, now before I get down on the ground, we got all those out. There was 3. Probably gonna talk Will into going ahead and drilling for the rest of the holes so we can put 6 in. But aside from that, we're gonna go ahead and drain the oil before we get it down on the ground. Wait a minute. Oh, we did just change the oil on it before we did that. I forgot we were having oil issues, so we had just changed the oil before we were gonna make one more pass, and I don't think we ever made that full pass. So we're draining out some very clean and fresh oil that's never ran, actually. Oops. It's fine, we weren't gonna reuse that anyways, because pretty sure this engine's hurt. So we don't reuse oil on race cars regardless. Yep, and if you look in there, it looks like we got metal in there too. Can't tell if that's methanol or metal, but it looks like it could be one or the other, or both. Either way, the oil does not look like I want to just keep reusing it. So we're gonna go and get that drained out, and then I'll lower the car back down and we'll start working up top. We're back up top, and what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to start getting the gear drive taken off. I'm going to get the hoses for the radiator taken off, and I'm going to go ahead and get the wiring disconnected, but I might leave it. My goal here is going to be to leave as much of this together as possible so that there's less I have to put together later. So Hopefully most of this will all stay as one assembly, and I can just slide it and sit it forward right here, and then pull the engine out and leave the gear drive as one whole assembly just kind of sitting. But to do that, we're going to start taking off the bolts. So I'm going to take off anything bolted to the block itself. And I'm going to remove the harness so that it's out of the way. So this stuff is here. We made the harness so that it's easy to change the engine if you need to. So we'll disconnect the crank sensor down here and pull this harness out the way. Or the cam sensor, I'm sorry, not the crank sensor. Just like that. So that's out the way. So now I'm gonna take this off, this ground, which is going to our alternator. So I'm gonna take that off, start getting the gear drive taken apart, this radiator loose as far as the hoses, and we'll check back in here in a few. All right, so we got most of the front gear drive off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take the headers off. Very similar to normal LS headers because they are for an LS. Only difference is they're split flange. They split in the middle. Take those off both sides so we can get clearance. And then we got a few more bolts and we're ready to get the motor tore out. All right, so as you saw, we got the engine out. I got the accessories, the front face tore off. I got the back tore apart. Got the oil pump off. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull the oil pan off. This motor is built very nicely. As you see here, we have a double roller. So that's very nice. Very nice oil pump, high volume oil pump. Very nice oil pan. Nice setup, PRC heads. We're gonna make it even better. About to get the night and day performance touch. Let's see what's under this beautiful van. All right. Overall, I see a little silicone, but I don't see any major signs of metal or anything in it. So that's a good thing. Bottom end looks nice. Rods look nice. Crank looks really nice. So, go ahead and get the rest of this tore apart. Go ahead and get the timing set off, the oil pump off, get our pickup off. No metal in there either, so that's good. So we're gonna go ahead and get the head pulled off and get this whole thing tore apart so we can go ahead and start rebuilding it. All right, so overall, that was not bad. The engine itself, the block, I'm probably not gonna reuse later on for him. I would recommend he threw this one away. It's already bored 30 over, and it does have some pretty deep gouges in the cylinder walls. I'm not sure the video is gonna pick it up, but you can catch them with nails on some of them. And then on some of the pistons also, which I'll leave pictures up here in the video of the pictures that I saw of the pistons, the skirts are kind of wore out and they're kind of coinciding with the wear that I see on the cylinder walls. We are getting new pistons. We are getting a new block, so I'm not worried about that. The shop that had it before us over tightened these bolts so much so that I broke multiple of the T40s that were trying to take that off. And I want to say I broke 3 of them, all 3 different brands. I broke a Snap-on, I broke a Craftsman, and one of the other ones. So could not get them off and ended up breaking the head off of one of them, trying to get them loose. So somebody over tightened them way too much. So I drilled them out, knocked the plate off to get the cam out. Cam is good. Lifters are good. We have everything over here on our parts shelf where all of our parts are. So we have our PRC heads. Valves and everything look great. Of course, we're getting new head gaskets. I put the cam in an FRP box. It's not an FRP cam, but shout out to him. That's all for this video. I'm going to start cleaning up this huge mess that I made, get the race car put up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to go get some rest at home. It's been a long day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys when we start building the new engine for this build.